this was a blog post that Woeser wrote on July 28th, 2010. And she writes, "I clearly remember in 2002 when I was still part of the system. I went to Yunnan to attend a literary conference on ethnic minority poetry. There I heard a cadre from Beijing outspokenly say, many years ago, the party committee chairman, Wang Li, already expressed that those ethnic minorities that today have no written language also don't need any written language. And those minorities that do have a written language should just let it die out. Our entire system uses one unified language, which is Mandarin, the Han language." The cadre looked around at the minority poets in the room and said in a very stern voice, and I very much agree with his opinion. Everyone was shaken by the overbearing manner of this cadre. I was taking notes for the first time and started paying attention to this issue. And then she goes on to write, so that was sort of setting the historical context of when this new ethnic minority policy first came into place in 2002. And just as a side note, we know that in the Tibet Autonomous Region, this policy has come into place, and actually Mandarin has replaced Tibetan in many Tibetan schools as the primary medium of instruction. So thinking about what's happened starting in 2002, she then writes about the Cantonese protests. An article in a Cantonese publication states that due to the central government's drive towards cultural unity over the past few decades, many places have had to witness much of their original cultural features slowly disappearing. This is exactly what the Cantonese are worried about. Yet the Cantonese can take to the streets to fight for their language. What about Tibetans? What about Uyghurs, Mongolians? The Cantonese can openly declare, written in black and white, I am willing to speak Mandarin, but don't force me to speak Mandarin. But we, quote-unquote, ethnic minorities, only get to see slogans hanging at the entrances of our schools in Lhasa reading, I am a child of China. I like to speak Mandarin, or Mandarin is the language of our school. And no one dares to say a word. And I think clearly Tibetans were paying attention to what was happening in Guangdong and in Hong Kong. And as Woeser said, usually, if Tibetans even dared to speak out about Chinese government policy, they would be immediately arrested. But I think, as we've talked about earlier in this Renaissance series, it's a new movement inside Tibet.